Your next meal out could be your last, literally. Every year, 48 million Americans suffer from food poisoning. For some, it's just a miserable couple of days. For others, it can lead to severe complications, long-term health issues, or even death. Eating out might seem like a harmless treat, but the risks of contaminated food are more common than most people realize. So how do you protect yourself and your loved ones while still enjoying your favorite restaurants? Today, we'll discuss the red flags to watch for, share life-saving tips, and tell you a real-life story about how one bad decision turned into a nightmare. Stick around and let's make sure your next meal is memorable for all the right reasons. Let's get real. Food poisoning isn't just an inconvenience. It's a serious health risk that affects 1 in 6 Americans every single year, with symptoms ranging from nausea, diarrhea, severe dehydration, and even life-threatening conditions. About 128,000 of these cases result in hospitalizations, and sadly, around 3,000 lead to death. When you eat out, you entrust your health to others. Mistakes in food preparation, improper storage, or poor hygiene can have devastating consequences. And let's face it, how often do you really think about what's going on behind the kitchen doors of your favorite restaurant? The most common culprits of foodborne illnesses include bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, Listeria, and the new virus known as norovirus. These pathogens can lurk in everything from undercooked chicken, improperly washed produce, and food left sitting out for too long. Buffets and salad bars, for example, are notorious for harboring bacteria if food isn't rotated or kept at the right temperature. Even something as simple as an unwashed cutting board or dirty hands can lead to contamination. But here's the good news. Eating out doesn't have to feel like a gamble. You can dramatically lower your risk of foodborne illnesses with a few proactive steps. 1. Check restaurant cleanliness. Before you even sit down, take a moment to look around. The restaurant's cleanliness speaks volumes about its hygiene standards. Are the tables wiped down? Are the utensils spotless? Does the floor look well maintained? If you see crumbs on the table or sticky surfaces, it's a sign that cleanliness might not be a priority here. Don't forget to check the restroom. It's one of the easiest ways to gauge how much a restaurant values sanitation. If the restroom is dirty or poorly stocked, there's a good chance the kitchen isn't much better. And let's be honest, if they can't keep the customer areas clean, what does that say about the food prep areas? 2. Observe food safety practices. While waiting for your meal, observe how the staff handles the food. Are they wearing gloves when handling food? Are they washing their hands regularly, especially after touching raw ingredients? Small details like this can reveal a lot about how seriously the restaurant takes food safety. Be cautious at buffets or salad bars. If the food looks like it's been sitting out too long, isn't properly covered, or isn't being replenished, it's a major red flag. Remember, food should never be kept in the danger zone, between 140 degrees Fahrenheit, for extended periods. This is where bacteria thrive. 3. Be mindful of high-risk foods. Certain foods carry a higher risk of contamination, so it's essential to be selective when dining out. Raw or undercooked items like sushi, oysters, and rare steak can be delicious but also riskier. Only order these dishes from reputable establishments known for their quality and safety standards. Trust your instincts. If a dish smells, tastes, or looks off, don't hesitate to send it back. It's better to be cautious than risk your health. And remember, not all restaurants are equal. What's safe to eat at one place might not be at another. 4. Communicate your food allergies. Don't assume the restaurant staff knows or will automatically take precautions if you have allergies. Be upfront and clear about your dietary restrictions. Ask how your meal is prepared and if there's any risk of cross-contamination. Even allergy-friendly restaurants can make mistakes, so don't hesitate to double-check. If you have severe allergies, consider researching restaurants that cater specifically to dietary restrictions. Many places now have dedicated allergy-friendly menus or are trained to handle these situations with extra care. 5. Check food temperatures. This tip might sound simple, but it's critical. Hot food should arrive hot, and cold food should arrive cold. If your soup is lukewarm, or your salad feels room temperature, it might not have been stored or prepared safely. Don't be afraid to ask the server to check with the kitchen or send it back if something doesn't feel right. 6. Do your homework beforehand. Research before you go is one extra step that makes a big difference. Check the restaurant's reviews online and, if available, their health inspection scores. Many apps and websites provide this information, so take advantage of it. A quick search can save you from a bad experience. Let me share a story to illustrate why these tips matter. My friend Sarah went out to celebrate her birthday at what she thought was a high-end seafood restaurant. Excited about the treat, she ordered their signature oyster platter. Everything seemed perfect until hours later. Sarah started experiencing severe stomach cramps, nausea, and chills. By midnight, she was in the ER, diagnosed with Vibrio, a dangerous bacteria often found in raw shellfish. It turns out that the restaurant had a history of improper refrigeration practices. Sarah didn't know that at the time, and it cost her 2 days in the hospital and a week of recovery. This story isn't just about bad luck. It's a lesson in being proactive. If Sarah had checked the restaurant's reputation or avoided high-risk foods from an unfamiliar place, she could have avoided the ordeal. Let's quickly recap the tips to ensure a safe dining experience. 1. Look for signs of poor hygiene. 2. Watch how staff handle the food. 3. Only order risky items from trusted establishments. 4. Be clear and specific about your needs. 5. Hot food should be hot and cold food should be cold. 6. Look for reviews and health inspection scores. By being proactive and following these steps, you can significantly reduce your risk of foodborne illnesses. Eating out should be enjoyable, not a gamble. Remember, your health is worth the effort. Have you ever had an experience like Sarah's or noticed red flags while dining out? Share your story in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow so you don't miss future tips. Thanks for watching.